Thanks to all the subscribers. Please like, subscribe, and comment. With that out of the way, let's get into it. According to the second superseding indictment unsealed in Newark Federal Court, Vincent Young, 41, also known as No Good, Good, and Big Head, was a member of the Los Angeles-based Fruit Town Brims set of the Blood Street Gang. In 1993, Young traveled from California to New Jersey, where he killed a person he believed had threatened members of the gang. While in the New Jersey state prison system, Young founded and became the leader of the New Jersey-based set of the Fruit Town Brims. He currently holds the position of Triple Original Gangster, which is the highest-ranking position of the gang in New Jersey. Young met Altaric Gums, 33, also known as Killer Reek, while they were both incarcerated in the New Jersey state prison system, and recruited Gums to join the gang. Young promoted Gums to lead a Newark-based subset of the gang, known as the Brick City Brims. Gums currently holds the position of Double Original Gangster, or OOG, which is the gang's second highest ranking position in New Jersey. Mary Holmes, 42, also known as Mary Brim, or Ma, has held the First Lady status in the gang. This means she is the highest ranking woman in New Jersey within the gang. She has also functioned as the de facto Minister of Information, passing along gang-related information from incarcerated members and associates of the set to other incarcerated members and associates of the set, as well as to and from those members and associates who are not incarcerated. On July 19, 2004, a murder occurred in Jersey City. Brooks and Jones shot and killed a person they believed was responsible for an earlier shooting of a fellow gang member. However, the victim was actually an innocent teenager, identified in court documents as MT. During the incident, 3 other bystanders were hit by stray bullets. Additionally, there are charges relating to an April 11th, 2005 conspiracy to murder and kidnap an individual identified in court documents as MM in Patterson. Specifically, defendants Brooks, State, Mayo, and Benning kidnapped and agreed to kill MM, an individual who had been involved in a dispute with members of the gang. Altaric Gums, also known as Killer Reek, Jersey, or Sankofa, a 33-year-old double original gangster, or OG of the Brick City Brims, a subset of the Fruit Town Brims set of the Bloods, admitted that he used an unauthorized cell phone while in an Arizona state prison to maintain his position in the gang. From October through December 2008, Gums directed fellow gang members in a narcotics conspiracy in Newark and Jersey City, New Jersey. Gums admitted that he directed members of the gang to sell heroin and then wire the proceeds of the transactions to him or his associates, including to prison commissary accounts in Arizona. He also admitted responsibility for conspiring to bribe MJ, a member of the Patterson FTB, with continued membership in the gang, to compel her to recant a statement she made to the Patterson Police Department regarding a homicide. As part of the conspiracy, Gums also ordered MJ to be physically assaulted for speaking with law enforcement, which violated the gang's rules. Even while in prison, the gang's leaders, including Young and Gums, continued to run the set by communicating with fellow gang members via cell phones smuggled into prison. According to the government, the Fruit Town and Brick City Brim set has been a highly organized group with rules governing members' conduct. For example, entry into the set requires most potential members to commit acts of violence or to be beaten or jumped in by one or more fellow Bloods members. In addition, set members are required to attend regular meetings and pay dues. Members earn dues money through their criminal activities, including drug distribution, robbery, and extortion. The dues money that is collected at meetings is used to bail out fellow gang members who have been arrested, purchase minute cards for incarcerated members of the gang who have access to unauthorized cell phones, and deposit funds into the commissary accounts of incarcerated members, including Young, Gums, Brooks, and Jones. In addition to collecting dues, set members report on business related to the gang, including their commission of acts of violence and narcotics trafficking, as well as identifying persons believed to be cooperating with law enforcement and responding to law enforcement activity. Vincent Young the reputed leader of the powerful New Jersey street gang, was sentenced to more than 15 years in prison and apologized to the many victims who'd been harmed by his gang's years of crimes, his lawyer said. While pleading guilty, Young also admitted that he had led the gang set using strict vigilante-like West Coast principles, such as tagging members who have cooperated with authorities as food before ordering their slayings. In '94, I was already OOOG. He told U.S. District Judge Stanley R. Chesler, then, referring to his title. Young also told Chesler he'd matured a lot since he was initially locked up in the 1990s. In addition, he argued he wouldn't be a risk to re-offend by the time he is set free, when he will be well into his 50s. But Chesler seemed unmoved as he sentenced him to 188 months. Young pleaded guilty to conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act while admitting to the predicate acts of distributing heroin and crack cocaine. Vincent Young is currently at RRM Chicago, a residential reentry management field office. His release date is May 22nd, 2025. Altarik Gums, also known as Killer Reek, Jersey, and Sankofa, 34, previously pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 168 months in prison for conspiring to distribute narcotics and bribe a member of the gang to keep her from cooperating with a law enforcement investigation as part of a racketeering conspiracy. While incarcerated, Altarik Gums, also known as Killer Reek, got into an incident involving crooked correctional officers. Prior to taking his post, Sergeant Alan Armour, supervisor, warned C.O. Porter to watch for a potential fight because a dispute arose concerning an inmate allegedly owing another inmate some money. Officer Whitford was informed of this information by Sergeant Armour and Porter. At the OAL hearing, Terry Walker, an inmate, testified that he warned Porter that his cellmate, Kevin Vallejo, was going to be jumped because he identified as gay and asked Porter to protect Vallejo from being jumped. Further, Walker testified that Porter said he would move the camera. Porter split the group of 13 inmates into 6 and 7 and separated them into 2 cages. Part of the group of 6, as determined by Porter, included inmates Terry Walker, Kevin Vallejo, Omar Green, and Altarik Gums. When Porter and Officer Whitford were in the observation booth, Porter was heard on the video recording saying, "I put them in the cage so they can fight, and it better be a good fight." A few minutes later, the video shows Green with both hands wrapped in a white material, squaring up to fight with Vallejo. A few seconds later, Porter can be heard saying, "I should tell someone about this." However, Porter is not heard calling in a Code 33 emergency until a minute after the inmates squared up and 30 seconds after the first punch was thrown. The camera was moved after the fight started, and the fight was not recorded for about 30 seconds. By the time the camera was back in position to record the fight, Gums had joined Green in the assault of Vallejo. When other officers responded to the Code 33, Green and Gums were beating Vallejo, who was on the ground. Altarik Gums has become an author, writing several books which have been banned by the New Jersey Department of Corrections. These include The Come Up, How to Keep Your Kids Away from Gangs, and Killer Girls and Manipulation by Blood. Altarik Gums was released on March 2nd, 2023. Side note, for those who are curious, an RRM administers contracts for community-based programs and serves as the Federal Bureau of Prisons' local liaison with the federal courts, the U.S. Marshal Service, state and local corrections, and a variety of community groups within their specific judicial districts. RRM staff also monitor local residential reentry centers, which are responsible for providing federal offenders with community-based services that will assist with their reentry needs. Although there are convictions in this matter, I must stress that an indictment is not evidence of guilt. Charges are only allegations, and each defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Blessings.